Imagine this, a poem. Imagine, if you can, Jesus coming back to earth this year to live among us once again. That in 2025, he'll turn up unexpectedly somewhere. I imagine his eyes opening in the small bedroom of a flat in Bethlehem. Call it nostalgia. But the last time he was here, Bethlehem was crowded for a census. Now it's West Bank dusty and power lines crackle in a rainy gloom. I imagine Jesus wanting to go to the temple wall, yearning to see what remained and to pray. Perhaps the memories of tables being upended and leaders being challenged would bring a wry smile. I imagine him pulling on a faded shirt and unwashed jeans before drinking sweetened tea and heading out the door with a small backpack. Of course, there is a huge barrier now, so he'd have to line up in the crowded mesh-lined corridors of Gate 300. I imagine the men beside him being grim-faced as swaggering soldiers shout angrily and stare with loathing. So much loathing. And I imagine the women beside the men being anxious and afraid for family in Gaza who are missing, broken, imprisoned, homeless and hungry, homeless and hopeless. I imagine Jesus reaching the gate with his identity card and greeting the guard. Shalom, Yossi. How are Hannah and the children? How is Hannah? For surely he'd know the name of everyone, and he'd care enough about them to ask that question in any language at all. I imagine Yossi being startled that the man in front of him knew his name and was not afraid. He was not afraid. I imagine Yossi's pulse starting to race as he wondered how this man knew the name of his wife and that he had children. He has children. I imagine that frightened guard raising his weapon, firing into the man's chest before stepping back when the women start to scream. It's hard to sing Hosanna on Palm Sunday this year.